Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother 23. Let's start the show the only way we know how, you guys. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are going to be talking all about Big Brother Season 23, Episode 30, the Veto episode, the Wednesday night episode. If you are joining live, make sure you smash that like, you guys. It helps me so much in the algorithm. I appreciate you so very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Umbral Echo, to the Leen Team. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Atharella, Legacy, Andrea. What do I think of Big D comparing himself to Derek Lavasser? I think Daybed is delusional. He is delusional. Delusional. Yes, you guys, smash that like. Hello, Mary Kid. Thank you, Andrea. If you guys want to support the channel, check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/Joleen Lunzer. Otherwise, you can join just like Umbral did, my YouTube membership. You can also send a super chat, or you can just give the video a like, whatever you wish. All right, guys, we have to break down this episode. We are getting to the end of BB 23. We are wrapping up. We're in our final 6, and I'm going to try to stay positive, even though my favorites are on the block right now. But we are going to talk about the episode, talk about spoilers, leave all your thoughts, hopes, opinions, and dreams in the chat. I know everybody is live right now talking about Big Brother, so thank you for choosing the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. I have a very special guest joining me tonight, so I want you guys to give him a warm welcome. You can find him on YouTube. He has his own channel that he can tell you guys about. He is a Big Brother super fan and YouTuber. Everybody welcome Brett Lee Clark. What's up, Brett?
Hi. Nothing.
Hi.
Nervous. That's about it. Hold on, let me get a drink.
Okay. There's no need to be nervous. The Leen Team is very, very kind. So no worries. So I haven't talked to you about Big Brother since last season.
Right. It's been a while.
It has. And now where can people find you on YouTube?
Brett Lee Clark. There it is. Right. No, right there. It's right here. Brett Lee Clark. So yeah, follow me. I do like movie reviews, cooking, like movie countdowns. I did like NevCam.
I think you're freezing up just a little bit. I don't know if you guys are getting... Brett might have froze. Oh no, it's either me or it's Brett. I think it's Brett. Let us know in the chat if it's me.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you, but you're frozen like this, and then you're back.
No.
You're back.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Am I back?
we can hear you. So you do good. Movie reviews, and I know you do lots of movie reviews with movies with Nev Campbell.
Yeah, well, horror movies in general. And then like regular movies too. I did like the top free movies on Amazon from like my childhood, and like random, like Monster Squad or Teen Witch and that sort of stuff.
I love Teen Witch. And then you also do like Trader Joe's hauls, don't you?
Yeah. Trader Joe's hauls, and then like cooking Trader Joe's food and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Well, Atharella dropped Brett's link here, so feel free to go sub to him. Let's get his subs up. I think you were very close to 1,000, so maybe we can hit 1,000 tonight.
Like 830, I think I have. We'll see.
Awesome.
So yeah, go like it. I'm getting over possible COVID, just so you know. I'm vaccinated, but I had like a cold for like a bad cold for like a week, so I'm sniffling. Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay. I know, so it's so sad, but I know so many vaccinated people right now with COVID. So it's take care of yourself, Brett. We're gonna talk about Big Brother, and maybe that'll make you feel better. Hopefully,
let's do it.
Okay, so we'll get all your thoughts as we go along too, because I don't even know who your favorites are, but I'm sure you will let us know. Okay, so we come back into this episode, you guys. Wednesday night episode. We are coming in to the final 6, seeing the cookout, and we're coming back from a nomination ceremony. Kyland has just nominated Tiffany and Hannah. How did you feel about these nominations, Brett?
Well, first of all, he had a digital get down with Tiffany, so I found that very strange that he would nominate her after they like had a little friskiness. But I mean, it makes sense though. It's smart to go after her. I feel like when he won the veto, though, he should have switched it for X, like made a deal with Tiffany to keep him, like him and Hannah, like make a deal with Hannah and Tiffany, like I get X out, keep me safe for a while, because I feel like now he's the next to go. after this week.
Yeah, I think Kyland doesn't have a good shot of making it necessarily to final two unless he wins. I don't know if he can win enough to make it to final two at this point. Tiffany's saying that she feels betrayed. And then Big D gets another fantastic edit. The editors of the show love this man. I don't get it. And he is getting the most generous edit. And he is dancing in the DR that Tiffany's finally going home. And it makes it appear to the casual viewer that somehow this is something that is deserving. But really, this is just this man one-sidedly hating this woman. They had a fight.
Right.
She kind of moved on. And he continues to just disparage her nonstop. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's like he hasn't done anything all. He's like definitely a floater. I have a scoreboard. I have a little score of who should be winning. So like a breakdown of how many things they won. I needed notes because I was nervous. But yeah, Derek's done nothing. He has 0 points on my scoreboard. As yeah, but anyway.
What are the other points? Share with us.
Okay, so like if you break it down as far as like Veto and HOH goes, the winner so far is Kyland and coming in 4. He has 3 HOHs and 1 veto. And then next would be X with 1 HOH and 2 vetoes. And then we have Tiffany with 2 HOHs. Hannah only has 1 veto, and Azza and Derek have 0 and 0. So if you do it based off of competitions alone, it should be obviously Kyland should be the winner. But you have to do gameplay and stuff too. But I feel like Derek will go far because he's who you want to sit by.
I know, it's so sad. But he is, except for Kyland doesn't want to, allegedly. Kyland and Kyland's ego want to sit next to Xavier because he feels like that is the only worthy opponent for his greatness.
Right. He's going to be a Cody. Like, so you want to lose again? Yeah, you want to lose and hand your check? That's fine, whatever. If you want to lose.
He has referenced Cody Cauliflower many times, and that he thinks he made the right choice in bringing Derek to the final 2, and that's what he would have done too. And I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. And Hannah does have a HOH. She won an HOH in the double.
Oh yeah, so that's her only point. It was 1 HOH. Okay. Oh no.
Wait, no, she has.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, never mind.
We got to update.
Fail. Jeez, took notes and still messed up. My bad.
Justice for Hannah. Jennifer says Big D is so gross, and I'm a gay man saying this. He has done absolutely nothing. You guys, he's done nothing, but he gets this great edit, and he has compared himself to Derek Levasseur game, which, sir, you don't know what's going on. Derek Levasseur put people in positions and, did the detective thing. You have just hated on Tiffany and not given the women credit. And again, we got another situation where Daybed Derek is discussing the women in the house's bodies. And he's obsessed with Whitney's in particular and said something about her comic and was like, oh, she's wearing her top or her workout top. Remember that one bra top she had that he was
metal.
Yeah, he was so bothered by that. Right. And then he said, would you let your kids read this comic book? And I'm thinking, the sexism of this dude. Why are you so invested in what they're showing? Why are you like, free the boob? Why are you criminalizing boobs? Are you jealous, sir? Like, it's gross.
Right. Like, that's a problem. But Kyland being shirtless in a kilt is okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like...
But how disgusting to show your lactation stations right there, the boobs actually, female boobs actually serve a purpose and keep things alive, you dumbass. Right. So I was so sick of him, but he's getting, the casuals love him, Brett, because he's getting such a good edit. Why? He reminds
me of like Todrick Hall, like just like in the face and the way he talks. He's very Todrick Hall-ish, just in this area, but. I'm not a big fan of Derek. As I said last time, I have well, never mind. I won't say that. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Are you editing
last time
yourself?
I had a whole thing about like they didn't never represent gay people who aren't flamboyant. Because I'm gay, I'm not flamboyant. But this year they kind of did better because isn't Kyland pan or bisexual?
He's pan. He's definitely pan. He says, yeah.
So now I feel represented. I do feel represented now. So thank you, Big Brother, for finally representing me. I get it now.
But it's like. They could have a couple gay men, a couple gay women. We just have to have one gay man, one pansexual. But, they did well, diversity-wise. But I still think they're still playing into this certain archetype that they like. And it's just unfortunate that someone like David. I think it has more to do actually with him being the son of Joe Frazier, and they love these celebrity siblings and kids.
Yeah, Frankie and all that kind of, yeah.
Yeah, Frankie Grande, and they kind of like changed the rules and the editing for them, in my opinion. So he gets his dumb little dance DR. He's so happy Tiffany's going, and I'm like, sir, you're not even in the game. Okay, you're not even here. Xavier is letting Kai get the blood on his hands. He says we see a DR of him, and that's exactly what Kai's doing. Kai is gladly, it appears, from the looks of his game, getting all this blood on his hands with his once ally Tiffany, and it really makes no sense that he, other than he's just letting his ego lead him, that he puts up someone he technically already has a final 2 with, and he thinks it's because he feels lied to or misguided. But sir, it is Big Brother, and Xavier is doing the same thing to you. Right.
And then also, like, X isn't, he keeps saying, like, oh, I'm throwing competitions. It's like, are you? Or are you just bad at comp? Like, I could go on there and be like, I'm throwing all of them. I'm throwing all the comps. And just never win anything, but claim I threw them all. And it's like, maybe his muscles are just for show. He's not even that, you know what I mean?
Well,
like, oh, yeah, I threw that one too. Yeah.
If you're ever on Big Brother, just claim you're throwing the comps.
Exactly.
Like, that's
I'm not a floater.
Thing.
Yeah. I'm just throwing comps. I'm here. I try, you know, that's part of my plan.
Yes, exactly.
That's Derek F's plan too. He's just throwing all the comps. He's not.
Well, he's just not. His plan is he's not getting a fair shot. These comps aren't really fair. That's what he keeps saying. Right. When are the strongman comps coming? As far as Xavier goes, I mean, he didn't do too well in tonight's competition. So I wonder if he threw that one, because he said he was done throwing comps, but he really lost this one.
Derek did good tonight.
Yeah, Derek had like a decent night, I guess. Still not good enough though.
Yeah.
Still not good enough. Hannah is shocked, she says, by the nominations, and she talks to Kai in the HOH room, and she asks him, did me putting you up in the double have anything to do with this? Kyland says no. And do you believe him?
I mean, even if it is a no, you should just say yes, so you have a reason for putting her up. You know, just like why would you say no? I just put you up just because. Like, at least give her a reason behind it. You know what I mean? Just I don't know. I feel like Hannah has a chance of winning just because people are going to overlook her. And then she, like, makes it the final 3. And she picks Derek over Xavier or whoever.
It's going to be a rough road for Hannah if what we're looking at is a Tiffany vote out tomorrow. In the double, Hannah does have to win the HOH, because at this point, I don't see any of them taking her, unfortunately, which sucks because I really want Hannah to do well. But Kyland, in this conversation, he does give her a reason, but again, not smart strategy. He says, no, there's a situation where X and Tiffany, there's actually no situation where X and Tiffany would work together in the future. And she's like, well, why do you care if X and Tiffany work together? Oh, so you're working with X. Thank you for telling me that. And then she just starts dragging him in the diary and says, she puts the 2 and 2 together. And then she said, oh, the men are working together. Okay, Kylie, you just told me that. She's like, okay, so if your game is to lose to X and get second place, congrats, because you're doing amazing, sweetie. I was like, yes, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you so much for dragging this man who thinks he's so
God's gift,
the best. Yes.
And he's so condescending. He's so pretty though, but he's like, I mean, he can talk down to me all day long, but if I was on the show, I'd be like, excuse me, sir, you can't talk to me that way. That's fine. But his ego is next level. Like the way he wants these crazy meetings at all hours, anytime he's available, and people have to be available for him. And Tiffany was not available for him recently. She was sleeping, and he decided to take it upon himself to talk to the cameras and be like, see, there she goes again. Just kind of putting the nail in her own coffin. Oh, because you put her on the block. You didn't use the veto on her. She's cuddled with you. You guys have planned a final 2. You went against all that. Why does she owe you a conversation when she's talked to you? She's given you all the reasons to keep her, and yet you're not. So everything has to be his way. I wonder if he'll leave this house and have any kind of realization that, like, I might be a little problematic in the way I deal with women. Right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of why I'm scared to go on the show, because I'm just like, I'm a good person, but maybe my husband's home.
Oh, no worries. He said he'd have to mute when his husband gets home because the dogs will be so excited. So no worries. You just unmute yourself whenever you are ready. Or the dogs are probably just pissed at Kyland.
Right.
Well, I think this show will definitely teach you about yourself. Like, I'm sure there'll be things if I was in the show that I would say or do, or things I would want to change in myself. Hopefully this is a good mirror for people like Kyland and Daybed Derek, so that they see how they're really interacting, because Kai really pushed that I'm a feminist, I come from a strong woman, all this stuff. And it tends to be, in my experience, guys who really push that on you are worse than the ones who are just like, I hate women.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like an Aaron type, see yourself, not like a racist way. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying.
No. But I think there's little ways in which, he may think, or a little bit of misogyny that's going on that he might not be fully conscious of. But it's definitely been disheartening to hear the men of this house speaking of the women in this house, mostly Tiffany, the way they speak of her. And Tiffany said something on the live feeds that was interesting recently. She was talking like Xavier there in the kitchen and Kyland, and she was like, I hope you guys kind of have my back and don't let people say bad things about me or whatever, the way you guys go so hard for Alyssa or Sarah Beth. And they're like, oh yeah, totally. But really, they don't do that. They do not let anyone disrespect their queens, Sarah Beth and Alyssa, but they will gladly let people disrespect Tiffany and disrespect Tiffany. So
right.
It's gross.
I feel like Derek and Tiffany are almost the same person though. They both like have that. Like they both like stand their ground. It's just Tiffany's better at delivering what she's trying to present. Does this make sense? Like they butt heads because they're the same person. It's just Tiffany's like the more extrovert version of it. That makes sense.
I think maybe Derek wants I think Derek wants people to believe that, but I don't think that's true at all. He keeps saying they're cut from the same cloth, but I think they're very different people. I think Tiffany has had a whole life and seen things, and she's more mature. And I think Derek is more of someone who just creates conflict to create conflict. And if you don't bow down to him and you don't kiss the ring and you're not what he expects you to be, then he has a problem with you. And I think he has a problem with any woman who is, opinionated, strong-minded, and assertive. I think he feels very threatened by that, and we're learning that,
Right.
So
maybe she's like the more calculated, in a good way, though, the more calculated version of him, but in a good way. Does that make sense? Like she like waits. Yeah. She knows when to say what she needs to say instead of him just like, I don't know.
I just don't like putting them in the same category because I know he wants to do that. I think the only way that they could be similar in that he might see her as kind of like coming from a working class background as he comes from a working class background. So he's very cognizant of his story and, who he is. But I think he wants to be so familiar with Tiffany and say, I know you because we come from the same cloth. And she's like, we are not cut from the same cloth. I just see your bullshittery and I call it out and you don't like it. But he's definitely trying to push that narrative. And I think the casuals will go with that. But if you watch the feeds, they're very different people. Very, very different, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see. The men, Hannah's figured out. Hannah's dragging Kyland in the DR&I route. And I love it. I just love a Kyland drag. Daybed talks to Xavier and is saying he feels bad. He does not feel bad. I watched the live feeds. This man doesn't feel bad.
Right.
He's ecstatic.
I mean, yeah.
X thinks his odds are better sitting next to Derek or Kai. And I'm thinking, this is clearly... I know, just the boys want to play with the boys because you would say Derek or Azza. Yeah,
Derek. That's obviously Derek, Azza, and then Hannah, and then Kyland would be your tier of who you want to sit by.
So it's just so clear that these dudes just want to work with each other.
Right. It's very strange. I don't know.
I mean, even now on the feeds, DF is telling Azza, I'm going to have to probably put you up when I'm HOH. And if I win HOH next, she's like, why? I thought I was like your number one person. And it's like, Azza, you're not. Right. You're a woman. He doesn't like the women. Right? So So then X talks about that, and then he says from a jury management standpoint. Now, this was interesting that he said he thinks because these cookout men, they have this very, and Hannah, said on the feeds that she was insulted by this because they assume that women vote for women. And Hannah's like, that is very insulting to think just because someone's a woman, I'm going to vote for them to win the game. They only think that because that's how they're thinking as men. They want to play with the men. They want to do that kind of stuff. So it is so interesting for Xavier to say this, on the feeds. And I'm like, oh, so it is just, I mean, if you watch any reality show, any competition, the men are always terrified that the women are going to get together and take them out.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Or like any previous season of Big Brother, the white people are scared that the 2 black people they used to cast are going to take him out. So they always get him out first. Same
exactly.
idea. But now, finally, we have a good season.
But we're still dealing with
crazy how much casting changes. Like, you can clearly tell they have a new casting person. It's like night and day, completely different. Like, no more like hot Instagram models. We actually want to watch the show now and like be entertained by, I don't know.
Yeah.
How it's supposed to be played.
They definitely have improved, but they do still have a long way to go behind the camera. They have a long way to go with other issues that are arising and things like that. So I was just like, all right, Xavier, from a jury management standpoint, okay, you just assume all the ladies are going to get into the jury house, let their periods sync up, cast spells on you, and vote for the woman. It's like, whatever. Right. They can say they want to see a female winner, but that doesn't mean that they're going to for sure vote for whoever is at the end. They're just, Hannah said that in this episode, like, I would like to see that. So I would like to see 2 of us, get to the end because clearly these guys are working together. But that doesn't mean they're for sure going to just vote for each other because they're women to think so. But that's how these guys think. It appears as though they think so little of the women in their alliance that they're just like, oh, tits, vote for tits. And you're like, then dicks vote for dicks. You know what I mean? Right. Like, it always baffles me. Every freaking season when we see this kind of stuff. So Daybed, of course, wants the guys to stick together and expresses that to Xavier again while going into the restroom. Tiffany and Hannah talk about the guys working together, and they say they hope Azah wins the veto because then Azah can take one of them down. She'll be safe, and a guy will have to go up.
Right.
And that would have been amazing.
Right, but it didn't happen, unfortunately.
But it didn't happen.
Who do you think is going to go? So tomorrow's a double. So if Azah wins HOH, who do you think she's going to put up?
She's going to put up Hannah, and she'll probably put up Kyland.
Yeah. She
feels most loyal to Xavier and Daybed, unfortunately. She's been listening to Daybed's bad reads all season. As much as she wanted to go in and work with women, she's only proven that she, in fact, wants a man to win. Or a men to play with, unfortunately. So it's too bad, but that's where we're at right now in the Big Brother house. I felt like in this episode we were getting maybe an Azah awakening, but unfortunately she just, Hannah's been trying to put in the work. There is some kind of disconnect between Hannah and Azah, and there has been for a while, and people on Twitter were pointing out that Azah was even hesitant to include Hannah in the cookout. She was kind of like a side person for a little bit. So, and there was someone who put like a compilation together of all the times Azah was like, well, really, it's only 5 of us. So
she's not really one of us.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why that is. I guess we'll have to find out when Azah's outside of the house. I'm sure she'll be asked. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know why that was a thing. But, yeah, Jennifer says Azah hasn't gotten over her one-sided crush.
Right. Maybe she saw it as like competition towards X, even though there was nothing there.
That's what some people said on Twitter, is they were saying, just because X has always been like the big brother kind of thing to Hannah, they had that kind of relationship. So maybe there was jealousy, but I don't know if I don't want to believe that, because I don't want to believe Azah's that petty. Right. I want to believe like she's much more evolved than that, but I don't know. Yeah, Daybed is still using French dressing as a source. He's delusional.
What's been up with the people who, followed, but what happened with like Frenchie them after they got off the show? Because I haven't seen anything, any updates about them off season.
I think that's how it's supposed to be. Like nobody
Well, I mean,
cares. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
nobody cares about Frenchie. No one cares about Brent. No one cares about Travis.
Yeah,
It's
Brent was
just
terrible.
nobody cares. They both were horrific. Travis was forgettable. Whitney, I think, is on OnlyFans. I think I saw something where they said, like, she put a little thing and it said Thickney. And then Christian obviously will be probably the only pre-juror that people will actually discuss because of his showmance, and he arguably had the best reaction to the cookout when he left. But other people, it's like all I've seen is Frenchie trying to be relevant on social media, he's saying he was going to stay away and then trying to be relevant, and then showing himself giving money to a homeless man on camera.
Because when you do good deeds, you have to video it to prove you did good deeds, to prove you're a good person. Because if you do it without videoing it, you're not a good person. Just
like no one's even asking to interview these people,
right? Like,
no one. The only like channels that have done it, like Jess Milagros, because she did it. She's a CBS affiliate, and I think she has to like interview all the people. But I don't see him anywhere. He's on his own Instagram, I think, but I feel like anyone who's having him on to interview is just, right. I don't know, maybe that's their public service they have to do. Maybe
it's like bottom of the barrel. Like, who we have left to interview? Oh, yeah. Okay, we can call him, I guess. Travis was booked, so we'll call the second to leave. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I really haven't seen such an abysmal turnout pre-jury, but I think it's because normally we see these kind of players go farther in the game, these kind of crappy douchebaggers. So the fact that this is a different season and they went out sooner, we're seeing, wow, we don't have to F with them if we don't want to, and so nobody is. It's pretty amazing, actually. So Tiffany and Hannah talk about the guys. I talked about that. Hannah talks to Azah about nominations and tells her she thinks Azah goes up if one of them come down. Hannah wants a Black woman to win, even if it's not her. And Azah, it seemed like, okay, is Azah going to take this in finally, that these guys are not working with her? But
no.
I mean,
maybe it's a good. I mean, that may get her to the final 2 or final 3, working with the men.
It could get her to final 3. I think Xavier has said now that he would want Daybed or Kai, which is so weird. And then Kyland wants Xavier, and Daybed Derek. I think he would probably. I don't know actually who he would pick. I assume it would be Kyland, so maybe you could have a couple days in the house to try to hump him or something. But
right,
I don't think Oz is in anyone's final 2.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think anyone would betray each other? Like, do you think X would take her over Kyland just because he says one thing now, but when it comes down to it, it's like a guaranteed 750 check or a maybe 750 check? Would you think he would take
smart to do that? I find it hard to believe that he would be that dumb to. I mean, I think both him and Kylan kind of feel they can win next to any of the people remaining once Tiffany and Hannah are gone. So, but I mean, if he was smart, he would probably take, like Azah. But there is always that chance that maybe somehow, you got to count the votes, because maybe somehow some people still would vote for Azah, and we do still have a couple comps left. If Azah wins a couple, I mean, I guess you never know. You never know. Right. But I don't know. I feel like these dudes are just going to lock it in. 3 dudes. I do think the DR is kind of informing them that you look a little sexist with some of your talk about the women and stuff. So Daybed, I think, like, tried to do some lame apology on the feeds of, I didn't mean this. It's like, we know what you meant, Daybed. Wait till you get out, read a couple books, educate yourself on the other, on the other gender that you're so afraid of.
Right. I didn't mean to call you the B word every other word I talked about. My bad. I didn't mean to call you that word every time I mention your name. But
yeah, I feel like, Mary, you're right. I think Daybed and X, they have been connecting a lot. So I do think X would take Daybed, But if Dave, here's the thing, David's delusional too. And he really thinks his game, he said to Tiffany, like, you know, me and X, that would be like a powerhouse. And Tiffany's like, no, you would lose. He was like, what? But he really thinks he's playing a Derek Levasseur game.
He thought that he came up with like the Cookout. You're watching that when it's like they're trying to explain like it wasn't you, it was Tiffany. Then he like backtracked. He was like, "Oh yeah, I knew it was. Yeah, I mean, I was just meant that I helped explain it to people." I was like, "No, you were trying to take credit for the Cookout." And then it was like him, Tiffany, and somebody else talking like in the kitchen.
Yeah, he's done it multiple times now, where he is taking credit for things that he didn't do, and I'm just like, what is going on? So maybe Daybed, Tiffany shouldn't even have helped him in that situation. She should have just been like, yeah, take Xavier to final 2. See what happens. Because I am really hoping, I hope Derek doesn't make it to final 2, but I'm also hoping that when we get America's favorite player, he's not even in the top 3. I worry that the casuals will put him there, but I really hope he doesn't, you guys.
Yeah. Who is your America's favorite player?
Well, I think it should be between Tiffany, Claire, and DX.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tiffany and Claire. Yeah, and then DX is good too. I felt so bad for. I mean, I love Claire. It made me like I was like crying watching her episode. I was like, I want to be that person to be like, I understand and I'm happy to leave. Like I love
I know
the same way. Like
she's a beautiful Gen Z baby. Yes, Kristen, click the like. Darren, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you. Jonathan said they always cast the worst.
They do.
Gays.
It's always it's always like stereotypical gays. I don't get it. But it's fine.
If he just wasn't such a butthole, like, why do you dislike women so much? I just don't. Right. It's gross. Okay. So Azah feels like she's at a crossroads. If she wins, she'll have to decide, am I going to roll with the ladies like I wanted to when I first got in the game, or am I going to roll with the guys? Well, it doesn't matter because she doesn't win the, veto competition. But we did have a special report during this, you guys. The first all-civilian crew was launched into space. Rich people were able to take a trip to space, something none of us will ever be able to do. Congratulations, rich people. That's amazing. Right.
And that's why I've been quiet for half this episode, because I didn't watch the first half because of the spaceship launch. So I'm like, yeah, I remember that part. I don't remember anything that happened in this episode. I apologize.
I had to change my location so that I first was in New York, and then they were doing the launch, and then I went down somewhere in Florida, and then they just they started the show, and they did a quick little update during a commercial break. So I got lucky.
Yeah, my like kicked on like as Derek was like winning or like about to win, or not win, like as he was like doing his competition is when mine kicked on.
Yes. Okay, so that's so rich people are going to spend 3 days orbiting the Earth. That is what happens. Go science! Yay. And the socioeconomics. All right. Then the BB Comics. It's time for BB Comics. And this is where Derek right away looks at Whitney's comic and says, would you let your kids read this comic? Would you let your husband? Yes, because all women are so insecure that we couldn't even imagine our husband looking at another pair of tits. We just have to kill him immediately. It's like, because tits are just so sexualized, and it's just like, that's all in your head, David. David is like a caveman about this. Like, he's not evolved. Right.
I don't get it. I really don't. Like, that's not like, those are the type. No, never mind. But
should I feel the same way about his tits when he shows them? Should I be like, oh God?
I didn't want to say that, but I was going to say he's just jealous that hers are bigger or barely bigger. That's what I was going to say. That was mean though. So I didn't say it. I mean, guys get to show their tits all the time, whether they're small or large. And we just, they're fine. Guys can show their nipples, but a woman doesn't. It's like, oh my God, she's a whore. It's so sexual. It's like, at least our nipples are functional. My God. Exactly. Okay. You have a purpose for yours, at least. You can milk anything.
Yes, it's amazing. I want to milk something. All right. But then he goes and he looks at Alyssa and he was like, oh, and Alyssa looks amazing.
Yeah. But she wasn't just as much of a skanky outfit as, I mean, I don't care. But I'm saying, like, according to like the graphics.
According to him.
That should also be skanky then, if that's what he thinks.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a skanky outfit. Him sleeping, he was in a stanky outfit. I don't know. Right. So everybody's comics. Did you have a favorite comic that you liked?
Well, Kyland's because he's pretty, but
you would love Kyland.
I love Kyland. I do love Kyland. He's so pretty. I'm like, I'm not sure. Again, it kicked on halfway through. It was like Claire Bear, and then there was
Sarah, whatever
the Sarah breathing one.
Sarah
breath.
Sarah.
Like, does her breath smell bad? Is that what we're going for? Like, I don't. I guess I'll go Kyland's because he had a kilt on and he was shirtless. We'll go with that. Which one was your favorite?
Well, I felt bad for DX because he got Lord of the Latrine, which was his punishment, and then they freaking gave that to him.
I think that's why they do punishment. I mean, they had other reasons, but they always use punishments as a comic book, just as like an easy out. I think they're like, oh yeah, whatever. Here, you're the when Nicole was the beer person.
Oh yeah, they did do that. Daybeds was like the snoring, the sleeping, but he took that as his snoring. It's like, no, dude, you're just sleeping through this game. Always you're not even awake. Yeah. You're always the Daybed. Yeah. That's why we call you Daybed Derek. I'll have to take a closer look at them. I don't even think I had a favorite. Let us know what you guys' favorite is in the comments. I think I was just so disheartened by the fact that I knew Kyland was going to win this. I'm like, whatever. And I feel like this episode gave Daybed way too much, like too many DRs.
He always, I don't get why they always let him explain stuff. Like, he explained the entire thing, and it's like, why are you explaining stuff? I don't understand. Like, he's like the worst person to have explain something. I feel like, I don't know. He's like the most. He's like the least. What's the word? Articulate. I don't know. As I'm like mumbling because I'm sick. I'm sorry if you can't hear anything I'm saying.
They try to push
your face. Yeah.
Because his personality, they're trying to make him the fun one, and I wanted him to be fun and great, but he just spends all his time complaining and hating on the women. So I don't know. Yeah. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think. So someone liked Ozza's. Let's see. Derek has no energy in his voice. How did Derek beat Hannah, who got it on her first pass when he had to do multiple rounds? Atharella, this is the thing when there's these timed things, but we don't see the timer go off. I don't know if I ever.
I always wonder that too. I'm always like, why don't they ever show the timer? And they don't get to see the timer either. So it's like they could easily just make it live by a few seconds or even a few minutes. You never know. If you're out there for 4 minutes, you'd have no idea if you're out there for 5.5 minutes. Actually, you know what I mean?
Well, wasn't Hannah and Daybed's scores a couple seconds off from each other?
1 second off, I think it was.
So
it was 14:05 and 14:06, something like that.
I think they've just been listening to him complain and be like, I mean, he's talked about wanting to quit. He's been depressed about this. So maybe they were like, all right, we're going to give him a second place just so he shuts up. That's kind of how I feel. So Kai wins. Brett's favorite player, Kai, wins in 11 minutes. I mean, Kai, he beasted
just because he's cute. Okay, I know he's just crappy. I know people don't like him. I know.
You can have whatever favorite you want. You're not wrong.
The last time we did a live, I said we were talking about gay people, and I said, who's your favorite gay cast member? To the people in the chat, and I said Tommy, and I got
oh, that's a bad choice.
I know. I got it handed to me for saying Tommy, but it was because he's cute. He was the cutest one. He was the most.
What?
The one I was.
Your husband is cute. Brett isn't cute.
Yeah, he's really cute. He's right there.
Yeah.
But no, out of all the cast, the gays that have been cast, I thought Tommy was one of the cutest ones. That's why I said Tom. But as far as gameplay goes, it wasn't Tommy. But yeah.
It's subjective. I would be like, I know. But who's your favorite gay? I'm not a gay man. Okay.
Exactly.
So there you go. I wouldn't hump him, but he wouldn't hump me either. So there you go. I mean,
Kyland says everyone, so that's good.
High in the air. Yeah, Kyland's, he's cool.
I like Kai's style. I'm on the same page as Kai, actually. So we're good.
Well, there you go. Well, maybe you guys, you're married, but I don't know. Maybe you have, that's your hall pass.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Kyland.
We could try. Kyle.
Were you jealous?
Yeah.
When
he would just want to, of Tiffany.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? Yeah. I said it to my friends. April, if you're watching, hi. Okay. And then Reagan and Kevin, if you're watching, hi. I sent it to April and I was like, April, look at this. And she was like, I don't think they're. I was like, yes, they are. Turn the volume up. You can definitely hear
where you're like, I want a finishing bang, bang,
yeah. digital, get down. What you doing? What you doing? I want to cuddle.
They're just horns, they're horny.
Right. Did they talk about it beforehand or did it just happen?
I don't know. There's kind of been undertone, like the sexual undertone. But when Sarah, it's hard to tell because Kai and Tiffany always had a good relationship. But it was just he was so obsessed with Sarah Beth and just spending all of his time with her, and he just got lost in Sarah Beth's whisper, I guess. And then when she left, it was like, all right, let's have some fun under the covers. And
right. Yeah.
I mean, Tiffany even went up there and cuddled after he put her on the block. And I was like, she looked, there was one night she looked at the cameras and she was like, I know, but I'm on the block. You know, so she got,
Might as well.
I didn't see them hook up or anything, but they were cuddling. He was holding her, she was holding him. So maybe, I don't know. But the woman in me was like, don't even give him the freaking pleasure of laying next to your beautiful self. He put you on the block.
I mean, never mind, that's dirty, but she's the one getting something out of it. It wasn't him getting anything out of it. So you know what?
That's
whatever.
A great point. Like,
if
you
won't put me on the block, then you gotta give me a little, action. Fine. I guess I'll go on the block, Kyland. Jeez, can I cuddle you later? Okay.
You pleasure me, as long as she didn't pleasure him. I never saw her pleasure him.
See?
So there you go.
Yeah.
There you.
No stools in the HOH shower.
Nope. It was HOH.
I was like HOA. What the hell? Okay.
Yeah, not a HOA, which you probably pay if you own a home.
Yeah,
you know
we got in trouble because our grass was gross, so we had to get new grass. But we already planned on getting new grass. We just got in trouble. That's what.
Those HOAs will get you. Like we have a community pool Carl over here, this like racist guy in our HOA that likes to ask when me and my husband go to the pool. He did it last summer. Like, do you guys live here? And we're like, oh yeah, Carl, we freaking live here, and we don't have to tell you, Carl. Go create your American flag. I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
You know?
I was like, Kyle, pull the gay card, because it was like our grass died within a week. We got a letter from HOA. I was like, it's because we're gay. Because other people down the street, their yard's been shitty for 2 years. They ain't fixed their yard.
You're only picking on us.
We already had our scheduled anyway.
Rude. So rude. Mind your business, HOA. Okay.
Right.
Big D then says, since he got second place, maybe possibly could be a conspiracy theory, that he's nervous, Brett, because he says
he's now a comp beast.
He doesn't want to be seen as a threat at a comp beast. It's too late. It's day 60. What, bro? You just woke up. Oh my god.
So Derek, he's been playing us this whole time. He's been throwing comps this whole time. We just now realized he was good at comps. Like, no, honey.
He'll try that. I bet you he tries that on Twitter.
Probably.
So I'm just like, what the frick? Kai talks to Xavier about what to do with the veto. He's thinking, okay, there's a good chance the person that'll win it next week, they don't know about the double, even though they kind of know about the double now because we'll talk about that. But anyways, so Kai is like, it will be Hannah. So maybe to get on her good graces, since we want to send home Tiffany this week, I'll take her off, replace her with Daybed Derek, and then I'll earn some points with Hannah. And, Big D won't care. He already offered up to be the replacement before, which he thought was his big contribution to the cookout. But then Xavier says, well, I prefer if you leave it the same because I can beat these ladies. Heaven forbid it's all ladies. I could beat them. I just don't want to have to.
Right.
So let's just keep them the same. And I'm like, Xavier, you ruined it. He ruined it. Do you think Kyland should have, strategically, it probably wouldn't have been the smartest. I don't know if it would. Do you think that would be smart?
X, I think you should have done. But I know that wasn't the plan, but that's what I think. Yeah, that would have been the smart thing to do. And then it'd be like, what'd you do? I backdoored X. Like, that would have been he already has enough credit, but still it added to his credit. And then,
now he'll just say, I took out the creator of the cookout, the strategist. So that is, a big game move, but definitely leave out. She was technically an ally and we were cuddling in bed and we had a final 3 with Hannah. And I turned on that because my ego told me I better beat a man at the end because men are better than women.
Right. I will give Tiffany credit for having a class at being nominated. She she knows it's a game. She knows, I feel like Derek wouldn't be that way. He'd take it personal. I feel like if he was the first up there,
he would be bitchy, even though he calls all the women bitchy. He would be totally bitchy. Right. And Tiffany has been great, and she's also been fighting for her life in that house and doing everything she can to stay.
So I'll take back my comment earlier. Derek, they're not the same because she has grace in class. Yeah, I apologize for
then
my bad. Yeah.
He's a mess. Tiffany talks to Kyland about being humbled by the veto. So Tiffany even knows at this point she has to go, and kind of all the women have somehow said, whether on the feeds or in an episode, that they realize that Kyland is motivated and driven kind of by his ego, and he needs to feel like he is in charge and he's leading the way and all this stuff. So unfortunately they play into this because he's easy to manipulate that way. And so she's saying, you know, she felt humbled and apologizes to Kai and asked him to trust her again, because this was a big thing, you know, where he's like, I can't trust you anymore. And it's like, Kyland, it is Big Brother. If anyone, you could probably trust Tiffany now. Tiffany was the one that told Hannah in the double, I don't think we should even put Kyland up. Xavier could give two shits as long as it wasn't him, and he was more worried about Alyssa going home than he's ever been about Kyland. So she, you know, kind of plays into this ego thing he has going, and I just hate to see it, Brett. I hate it.
I know. And also Xavier is very since things have been going his way, he's able to like hide his true personality, but you can like see it at times when he does things don't go his way. He's like not someone who you want to work for, put it that way. Like he seems like he's very like OCD.
Do you think he'd be a micromanager?
Like a micromanager, very controlling, but it just happens that we've seen everything go his way, so he's very happy. I feel as though if this season didn't go his way as much as it has, we would have a whole different view of him. Like he's not someone behind closed doors that's as nice as he appears on camera, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would say him and Daybed, if anything, they have a little more in common in the way that they've been able to commiserate and spend all their time complaining and talking about Tiffany in this second half of Big Brother when things weren't necessarily going his way. And you kind of do see someone's true character come out when they're, you know, when things aren't going the way. It's easy to be like, I'm the reason I'm so nice when it's going my way. Yeah, I'm so this. And then all of a sudden when it's not, you're just, I mean, this Xavier's game right now seems very personal on the Tiffany end, and it's surprising that someone who, you know, seems very successful in life and all those things would be kind of petty. It was this one time Tiffany did not do what he wanted her to do, and he will not let her forget it. So just because she won this HOH, now she did the thing that she was supposed to do, that take out Claire. They were like, there's consequences to this. She paid the consequences, but they still won't let it go.
Which, yeah, when that happened, I was like, when she was supposed to throw the comp and she didn't, I was like, that just took her right to the bottom of the totem pole. Because it's like, even though you're doing it, yeah, even though you're doing what you're supposed to do, like you still showed that you're the least trustworthy of the group. I don't know. When that happened, I was like, nope, she's gonna go now. She just ruined her chances of being around for longer than, you know, the first week.
It sucks because I feel like the women of the Cookout, obviously they didn't necessarily feel that way, but once Xavier felt that way and Derek already disliked her so much, they just started this campaign. And it is very interesting that Kyland was really pro Tiffany and all these things, and willing to work with her, and they had their final 3 with Hannah, and he had his final 2 with her. But then when he started, you know, the fingeration with her, it's almost like he lost respect that he once had for her. And I'm thinking, you're not one of those guys, are you, Kai? That once you hook up or go get that chase or whatever, now all of a sudden he didn't value her game the same way as he did before. Yeah. And he's trying to find excuses to get rid of her. It's kind of like, you know, it's like a high school thing. You hook up and the guy's like, okay, see you, never talk to you again. And you're like,
yeah,
what? Yeah. It's like, you're not one of those dudes, are you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just asking questions here.
It was, yeah, that was, I mean, I was like, how would you, I don't know, if I, you know, double click someone's mouse, I would at least give them a couple of weeks of safety, at least 1 week of safety. You know what I mean? Like, if you're playing with the man in the canoe, give them a 1 week of safety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's, I mean, granted, it's a game and you can, you know, hook up and you don't have to whatever, but it doesn't seem smart for Kyland's strategic game overall. Right. But, you know, if he wants to sink his own ship, he can. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. So then let's see, you know, Kyland just goes on again about, no one, or Tiffany plays into no one can save me but you. She is, and then Kyland is in a DR and he goes, she's a, pretty strong player. She's a very strong player, Kyland.
Right.
She's very strong. I know she has a vagina, but she's still strong. That crazy vagina just gets in the way. She's like socially, strategically, and in comps. Yeah, I would say so. You guys seem pretty scared of little Tiffany, little 40, the old lady on the cast,
Right.
old, you guys are
She's
just
ancient.
so bothered. She bothers Derek so much, David so much that he's like, I just need her out. I can't think straight. He is just, she weakens him. And the thing is, she's not even trying. Just her existing is hurting him,
Right.
which is, wow, how fragile. And then he says, you're not loyal when it really matters. She's selfish. And I'm thinking, not loyal when it really matters. She took out her number one ally, which some people still believe cost her the game overall, and put her in a deficit. How can she not be loyal? She did what she needed to do.
Right.
She got the cookout.
Yeah.
She could have easily
when
not done
it came
that.
down to it, I was like, she could just keep Tiffany or not Tiffany. She could keep Claire, which I know it would mess up the whole Cookout thing, and I wouldn't have cried. But had she kept Claire, it may have helped her win, because then she just went ahead and just went after one of them. Went after who were the options? Hold on, I have it written down. Like, yeah, she could just went out and took out, who was that? X, yeah, instead of Claire, she could have took out X and put up, or anybody at that time. Who won the veto? Alyssa won the veto. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany is Daybed's kryptonite, and she's not even trying. That's the thing. She just is like, get away from me with that. Like, she just doesn't put up with his bullshittery, and that just breaks him. He is broken. She also got to hook up with the guy he has a crush on since French dressing left. So there you go. We get to the veto ceremony. Shocker, even after being presented, with a good case by Hannah and a good case by Tiffany, he doesn't use the power of veto because he wants to ensure that he and X get to final two. So he's going to take out Tiff this week. That's what they're working on. Daybed then has another edit of him going, ah, ha, 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 ha. You might have been a queen, but I'm a joker. And jokers always get the last laugh. I'm like, that's honestly all I remember about you, is that you sat in that joker room, you had horrible reads, and you were in love with French dressing.
Right. And you hated Tiffany.
That's Tiffany. That's it.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany says, I came up with the master plan for the Cookout, so I will have a master plan to stay. But you guys, it's not looking good. Alex, I did just go check my P.O. box, or my husband did the other day, and there was nothing in it, but I will check it again. You guys, I do have my P.O. box address in the description. Just Me Madison says the men in the Cookout are gross. Dawn says, I was thinking the same thing about Kai, Joleen. Felicia says, I get the motive, but they would have to nom and vote out each other anyways. Justice says, I think Tiffany being so open about being strategic verbally is a good reason to evict her. H. Tolbert said the Cookout men can kick rocks. Ashley says, Tiff played a beautiful game, and I hope she turns that jury into a bunch of sharks at the final. What do you think is going to happen? So it looks like Tiff is going to jury. They've done this weird thing where they close down the backyard so the house guests know something is up. We don't have feeds. We're not going to have feeds, they said, until the West Coast airing of the double tomorrow. But we could wait until Thursday. So some people are speculating that this is already like a pre-taped thing. I don't know what Big Brother's doing. Are we doing a reset? What do you think's happening, Brett?
Well, I think it probably is pre-taped, because the fees have been down for. I was trying to send you a thing. Hold on, I was sending you a tip.
Are you sending me a hot tip?
Yeah, I'm sending you a tip.
Funny.
But since the fees have been down for 2 days, I feel like they do film all of it, because there's no audience. I feel like they film it way in advance, probably, to edit it down. So there may already been a double eviction. Is that what you were saying? Sorry, I was focusing on how to send a super chat.
With at the end of the episode, they normally say find out tomorrow live in the live, and she didn't say live, so definitely it's not going to be live. And why would they shut down the feeds? Who knows what's going on? It looks like they might be evicting someone. They could have already done it. I don't know what's happening. And also, Brett, why are you sending me super chats? We talked about that.
I feel bad. I'm actually really funny,
No.
everyone. At the beginning, I was not. I was still sick, and I took some medicines. Now I feel better, and I'm happy again. I had to drink some
Oh
wine
my
and
God.
get my Dayquil to kick in. And I missed half of the episodes. I didn't know what the hell was going on, so I apologize. But I usually am funny.
You're fine. You do this every
Fail.
time. You do not have to do that. No, this isn't a pay to play channel. You don't have to do that. But thank you so much. That is so generous of you. So tell us some of your thoughts. Like what's going through your head now that we recapped the episode?
Like overall, I don't know. I love the cookout. I love how they handled it. And like people don't get this. Like it's not just like an all black alliance. It's like it's the first alliance to like make it to the end without anyone going home. Like that's even if it wasn't an all black alliance, it's still an amazing alliance because they were able to never backstab each other. They figured it out and they all got to the end. Not one of them was ever like really on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Lottie says Brett has people to see in space.
Right. I'm gonna go. Bye. Me and Lance Bass are blasting off. We have to film Celebrity Big Brother first because we're both famous, and then we're gonna blast off to space.
Are you so excited for Celebrity Big Brother?
Yes. Yeah. I wrote down some of my ideas for people.
Okay, let us know. Tell me.
Okay, Lisa Rinna, because you have to like when you go into like who would be on there, you have to think who wants to be makeupless on TV, who's okay with that, who's okay not, who is it beneath or not, you know what I'm saying? Like who would be like, I would never, you know what I mean? You can't be like, I think,
It's like for Housewives, Vanderpump would never do it, but Rinna might.
Exactly. Rinna might, or Harry Hamlin, one of them two might, or like one of their kids could be, or one of their kids, their little model children they have. Olivia Jade, because Lori Loughlin's daughter. She's on Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, so that'd be a good one. Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' sister, because she wants to be like, hey y'all, I'm still sweet. I didn't screw my sister over and steal $1 million to buy myself a house, but she did. You know what I mean? So like she'd be a good one to go on there because she wants to like make herself look sweet. Rose McGowan, because horror movie star, and also she's like pro Me Too movement, which I guess that probably wouldn't work out because Miss Moonves wouldn't allow.
Yeah. She's not none of these now. No, that's not
right. Kelly Pickler, Kelly Pickler. Did you ever watch Fair Hattle back in the day?
I remember her. Yep, I remember her.
Mm-hmm. She'd be a good one, I think. Hannah from Below Deck, if you watch Below Deck ever, because Hannah's no longer on Below Deck, so she could be any like reality show star that's not like hugely famous could probably do it.
Yes.
Hannah or Kate from Below Deck, and then Kathy Griffin, and then that's about what I had. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people have said Kathy. I don't know.
I feel like it's below Kiki. Like she wouldn't do it because she's too famous currently. Kiki Palmer.
Yeah, and she's got her daily gig, so I don't know if she could get away. But it would be great.
She'd be great on there. She'd be amazing on there. Mm-hmm. But it's like, see Olivia Jade's on Dancing with the Stars. I see someone said that. Oh, Nikki Glaser, yeah.
Nikki Glaser, yeah, the comedian. I don't think she would do it, but
it's probably below her too, or beneath her.
I don't know though. I mean, I guess if the money's right, it is a panakuchen. So who knows? Okay, so tomorrow, Tiffany most likely is leaving. Who do you think is going to win HOH in the double?
I kind of hope Hannah wins just to throw a wrench in the plan, and she puts up Kyland and X, even though I love Kyland, and I hope one of them goes home just to throw a wrench in the plan. But I mean, at the same time, I would prefer that Derek or Ozza go home. Obviously, they're like the least deserving, but for a good show, Hannah wins, puts up Kai and X. That'd be the smart thing, right?
I think that would be genius of her to do. Try to make sure one of them go home for sure. Never use, if one of them come off the blog, do not put Ozza up as a backup plan because the men will just vote her out. However, Hannah is still unfortunately pondering if that is too big of a move for her to make. She's still kind of like, and I'm like, it's at the end. It's not too big. I think she still feels like she needs maybe a pawn type situation, one of them in a pawn, which isn't, she needs to we're at the end, you put them both up, make sure one of them for sure goes home. But Hannah's in a really sticky spot, but I do agree with you. She should do that. I don't know if she will. I know she'll do
like Derek and Ozza.
She'll probably do like Kyland and Daybed or Kyland, and you know what I mean? And they've been trying to create this divide or create a bigger divide between Azah and Hannah. So, yeah, I mean, Hannah's got to win in the double or she's gone.
Right.
And she really should put those two men up next to each other. I hope she does it. There's a chance she might only put one of them and someone else. And then that there's a good chance that, you know, maybe they wouldn't go home then.
Right.
So.
Oh, Monica, I see someone said Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, she'd be great on the Big Brother. And Tanya Harding. Yes.
Monica, Tanya Harding.
Monica is very, very attractive.
She's gorgeous. She was always gorgeous. I feel like she got a bad rap because everyone was like, they fat shamed her and stuff. And it's like, she was like a 23-year-old. She still had like a baby face and she wasn't even fat. Dion Smith, thank you for the super chat. Dion says, fans always want really smart players. But when players are too smart, they dominate. Then those same fans call the season boring. Which fans, Dion? I feel like you're trying to allude to something. Which smart players are which ones are the players that are too smart? Because I do think in this game, I don't think Kyland is playing with his logical, strategic smarts. I think he's playing with his ego. Xavier, I would say he's a smart player. I would say Tiffany's a smart player. I would say Hannah's a really smart player. Azah and Daybed, they just really haven't done enough. I just don't think Daybed comes off smart at all. I think Azah got lost somewhere in the shuffle. I don't think this game's necessarily for her. I've said it a long time ago. She's like an empath. I felt like she's just lost. When
they were doing the live, first of all, I hate when they do live games because Julie Shannon is like a kindergarten teacher and try to like get them to like lights, flip the lights, everyone be quiet. When she was like, lock in your answers, and Azah was just standing there like looking around, like didn't even have an answer pulled out yet. Like, what are you doing? They should,
I know.
Like,
are you throwing it or what are you doing?
Yeah, answer in 3, 2, 1. Whatever you have up, even if you're half moving it, then sorry, that's your fault. 3, 2, 1, and then locked. Don't be like, lock in your answers. Everyone lock in your answers. Please stop spinning your little square thing. Please lock it. Like, just have a countdown and be like, okay, done. It's so annoying. Oh, okay.
I know it is. I think she might have, I don't know if Azah has, because she does, you know, stay in her room and she does, I think she has been open about, for some reason I'm thinking she's been open about having a little bit of anxiety and stuff. And maybe that's, but I mean, when she does let some of these comps, she'll really take her time, but she's just taking too much time. So, yeah. Rick says, tears for Tiffany. Only a fake double eviction could save her. Listen, there's still hope, you guys. You never know. We do have reset buttons. Maybe this is the 1 year production's going to listen to us and somehow Tiffany will be saved. I don't know. We can just put it out there.
She had, I forgot what it was now, though, but she was pitching something to someone like 2 nights ago. I forgot how she said it, but it made sense. And like, maybe it was to Azah. It was someone she was pitching an idea to like, if you keep me, and it seemed like it might work, but I don't know if it's going to work.
Well, even at this point, Xavier knows that it would probably be better. Like they know that Hannah, most likely, you know, with these mental comps coming up, she's more of a threat to them getting to the end. So Tiffany would actually be the better choice. But these men cannot get over the fact that she didn't do what they wanted her to do.
Right.
And so now they've just completely decided that she's done and it's over. And Derek just hates Derek. His reasoning is all personal. There's nothing game related at all. He just did not get the reaction he wanted out of her. And Xavier didn't get the result he wanted. So he's just punishing her.
Right. Do you think Tiffany was throwing votes as jury management? So she could be like, I voted for you.
What do you mean?
Because she was like throwing votes like towards, was that in the beginning? But she would like always she'd always be like the opposite vote. It's like when Brittany went home, she could be like, I voted for you to stay. And like, kind of like always giving that sympathy vote. But you know what I mean? But she was like throwing it, but she was kind of giving it.
She did it when Frenchie asked her to very early on. And I know the Cookout was really good at discussing, except for Daybed Derek. He was like, I wanted to throw a sympathy vote. And then they're like, you didn't say anything. And that's not going to help you because no one's going to vote for you in jury anyways. But they were pretty good at talking about who gets to vote for who. Now, sometimes I think Kyland went off the rails with what he shared in his outgoing messages to people, but I don't think I don't remember her being someone who went rogue with her votes. But like Sharon says, Tiffany has X shook. He's been pacing for days. Yeah, he's doing that lawyer pace and stuff.
Right.
But she's definitely, Tiffany has been, she's that player that you like to see. She's not going down without presenting so many cases. Unfortunately, what happened is she presented X with a very good case, but X so wants to not believe Tiffany. He so wants her to be this person, and he wants a reason to get her out, that when he talked to Daybed about it, he was like, oh, Tiffany pitched this to me, told her the exact plan. And then Daybed's like, oh yeah, she did that to me too. When Xavier was like, did she say that to you? He just was like, yeah, even though she didn't.
Right. Just trying to start the pot.
So just, and Xavier just gave him, he should, like, I feel like he should know better being a lawyer. You gave him all the information and you set him up to go, yes, she did, because he just dislikes her, when that's not necessarily best for Xavier's game. This is all more personal and kind of petty at this point, and you just want to believe that she's doing that, but she's actually not. Tiffany told Xavier, I will take you to the final. Like, even at this point, to stay in this game, that's what I'll do. And then he asked Xavier to talk to Daybed, gave him all the information. Daybed was like, oh, yep, me too. Hashtag me too. Right. And it's like, no. Yeah.
But that's part of the game. That's kind of, maybe that's Derek playing the game, he's, lying and interweaving stuff. So that's, What'd you do to win, Derek? Well, one time I lied. I told Xavier that Tiffany told me something, and that's all I have to win with.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's his playing the game, I mean, Xavier set it up for him so well that I would be shocked if he didn't get it. But yeah, leading the witness the way that Xavier wants to believe Tiffany is, when really this would be a good situation. You have multiple people now that want to take you to the end, X, and Tiffany promised all these things. I mean, you might want to look into it, but he cannot. He feels as though she didn't do this one thing she was supposed to do, and now she must pay. She must pay. So, yeah, I guess that could be the big move, that if Daybed does get to final two, you could say, this one time Tiffany almost stayed, but Xavier gave me all the answers, and then I said, boom, genius.
Watch out. I almost won that one comp that one time.
Yes, and I was so close in BB Comics, allegedly. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we have some what appears to be chauvinism, what appears to be some sexist thought going on. And if Derek F is in the final two, Cody says he is a worse runner-up than he a worse runner-up than Gina Marie?
You bunch of cockroaches.
Gina Marie's still worse than Daybed. I know Daybed's massages and stuff, but Gina Marie is all the bad stuff. So she was even more lost than him. I feel like Gina Marie is more lost. She made me laugh.
But I mean, she was a terrible person, but she made me laugh. I will give her that. A bunch of cockroaches.
You like laughed at her. Remember when she kept the cereal box for that guy?
Oh my God! Was that? That wasn't James Ryan. That was somebody else. That was Nick. No. What's his name? Nick.
Yes, Nick.
He's like a scientist channel on YouTube now. You can watch. He was kind of attractive, but didn't he have like bad hair plugs? No, that was somebody else. Who had the bad hair plugs?
I don't remember bad hair plugs. Maybe I didn't know.
It was like 14 or 13. It was somewhere back then. It wasn't James Ryan though. I forgot who it was.
Yes.
Anyway.
Tracy says it sucks because DF did a huge move there, lying to X. And it's just like, and X just gave him the ball, and he was just like right under the hoop, like, beep. Like he had a ladder all the way up, beep.
Right.
I did good, and it just sucks. And I'm like, Xavier. We don't have enough time in the season for a fake double eviction with the reset button. Survivor's about to start. I feel like some people have checked out because, I mean, once Tiffany leaves and hopefully Hannah's not next, and then you have two people who really haven't done a ton in the game. And then you have Kyland, who, cute and all, but not,
I mean, yeah. I was trying to find the guy. Yeah.
So people are already counting down 7 more episodes. Ashley says, if Tiff goes out, I pray she gets America's Favorite Player and the key to return next season. When Kai opens, it's hard when Kai, have you found it hard when Kai opens his mouth and tries to explain things?
Gonna put something in there for you. Yes, he does talk in circles, and he is condescending.
Yeah, it's
so, okay. If from this, if he had the whole season, everybody in the cast, okay, we're gonna play marry, consensual shag, and evict. And you have to live with everyone in the house forever, so you have to evict one of them. So
what?
Marry, consensual shag, evict. I don't know. Just what I'm saying, like marry, shag, kill.
Yep, marry, shag, kill. Okay.
Who
are my options?
The whole cast.
You have to give me 3 options, and then I say which one marry, shag, or
all
kill,
the boys.
Right?
Well, I obviously have
kill.
Everyone in the cast. Like maybe like shag X, marry Kai, and then like evict. Let's do the remaining 3 guys. I guess it would obviously be you're gonna
kill Derek.
Yeah, and then
I'm gonna
evict
Derek. Oh God, I don't want to marry. I have to marry.
What? Yeah,
I'll marry Xavier because he's a lawyer, and I could not live my life listening to Kai. And then I guess I'll just let him finger bang, and then he's got to go. Now I know yours.
I mean, yeah. Xavier is a lawyer, so I might want to keep this lifestyle.
You want to keep that staircase? I'll tell you what, Brett.
I want to keep this fake fireplace happening behind me. Just kidding.
So I imagine you would marry.
I would marry Kai. Yeah, marry Kai, bang X, and then buy Derek.
You'd have to listen to him forever.
That's okay. I mean, yeah. Have you seen? Never mind. You've seen like the imprints on those competitions, right? The bulges.
Yes, but I'll tell you, there is not a big enough wiener for me to have to listen to that bullshit my whole life. Have you heard of vibrators before? Like you don't have to put up with that.
Well, you could put him in his place, and then maybe he'll be a little quieter. Maybe he's realize how he has to talk to you, and then he'll be good. You see.
No, women, we have so many things that we can do that we don't need to listen to that.
Right.
Like Shania Twain says, that don't impress me much.
Right. That's true. I guess. Yeah.
Okay, let's do the girls now. Okay. So you have the last 3 girls. Who would you marry, consensually shag, and who would you evict?
Ooh. Marry Azza, because I feel like she's sweet and she always be there. She's a good person. I guess I actually like Tiffany a lot. Because in case I came off as I actually really respect Tiffany. I think her game's amazing, and I like her as a person. But I'd probably have to evict Tiffany and then consensual shag Hannah. I think.
Oh my gosh, I think I would. Bad? No, I mean,
I feel like Tiffany would tell me what I was doing wrong. She'd be bossy in bed. I feel like.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see. I feel like Hannah's just too young. She's 21. I'd have to evict Hannah. I love her, but I could be her mother. Yeah. Okay. I would marry Tiffany and shag Azza. And then
now I feel creepy now. Yeah, you said her age. Go. Okay, I apologize. Never mind. I'm marrying Tiffany. Jeez, we'll go to our old people's home at age 40. I'm 37. So come on, Tiffany. Let's pack our bags. Go into the retirement home.
Yeah, me and Tiffany can be the old lady couple and just go around and do old lady stuff. Because according to Big Brother, 41, which she is and I am, is just so old that Zingbot had to zing her on her age.
I don't get it.
Ugh. All right. Now I'm going to give you a hard one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so marry, consensually shag, or evict, French dressing, Daybed, Derek, and Brent.
Oh no. Hold on. Okay.
Probably the 3 worst players in the game.
Victor would be Frenchie, Shag, Daybed, Derek. Who was that person you said? Hold on. Oh,
Brent,
I
Spirit
don't want to marry
Airlines.
Brent, though. Oh, okay. I would marry daybed Derek. So me and him just hang out in the daybed all day. We could just cuddle. We could watch horror movies. We could watch Todrick Hall performances and be like, "You look just like him, honey." And he'd be like, "I know." We could do that all day long. Me and Derek, Evict Frenchie, and Shaq. Brent's. I mean, he was definitely a psychopath inside. He's dead inside. He loves himself way too much. He's definitely a psychopath. If you just go YouTube, 5 signs you're a psychopath, and all of them are Brent. You'll see. You get to.
Oh my gosh!
So
Did I
yeah.
ever? There was
Yes.
a thing floating around of Brent. I don't know if I did. I was going to upload it to my StreamYard, and then I never did. But it was him calling the lottery numbers. You guys have you guys seen this? I don't know if I deleted it. Yeah, it's creepy.
Yes, he married
okay,
David, Shaq, Brent, and Evict Frenchie. Yes. Same.
Okay, so let's see what are you guys saying the same thing? Ezra said, "Oh my God, David! Oh, easy." Yeah, Nanya says, "Marry David, Shag, Brent, Evict Frenchie." Like no one's gonna pick Frenchie. Okay, so here's
who you said I look like.
So yeah, you would have been, and you've actually auditioned for.
I did. I got. So long story short, I knew someone who was on Amazing Race who knew Erica. So, and I had auditioned like multiple times for Big Brother. So I messaged I guess acquaintances, Jamie, who's on Amazing Race, and I was like, "Hey, you know Erica?" And I sent Jamie my stuff, who sent it to Erica, and I got Erica from like season 3 of Big Brother. Yeah. And then I got an email back saying, "We want to meet you in Atlanta."
Erica from season 4.
Yes, Erica. What's her dark-haired Erica?
Erica, who went into BB All Stars.
Yes.
You knew her?
No. I knew someone who knew her. I knew this girl named Jamie, who was a cheerleader on like season 6 of Amazing Race, and she knew Erica. So I sent it to Jamie, because she used to do casting for Survivor also, and she sent it to Erica. And I got an email saying, "We like you, come see us." And I missed the date. I got the email. I don't check my emails. I currently have 22,764 emails. So yeah, I missed my email saying, "Come to Atlanta to be on."
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
It's fine.
My gosh. Okay, I'm trying to send this video to myself so that I can hopefully upload it, but it's pretty creepy. And I think it'll just
of him.
Yeah, he's oops, I was on the wrong Wi-Fi. Okay, let me see if I here, you guys. Brent wearing a tuxedo shirt with the lottery. That's how I picture it. No, he tried to look presentable. Let me see if I can.
Oh wait, he's like calling numbers on the news station or something.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. He's like the bingo guy, like B4.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey guys, I am here." You know, one of those things. All right, let me see if I can get this rocking and rolling for you guys here. All right, let's see. Oh, this is I feel like this isn't going to be worth the work that I'm going to have to put in to do that.
You want me to entertain everyone while you're doing this?
Yeah, entertain everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brett Lee Clark. I feel better now. At the beginning, I was nervous, but now I'm fine because the wine's kicked in. This wine's from Cooper's Hawk. Cooper's Hawk's a restaurant/winery. They have them all over the place. They have them in Atlanta. They have them in Orlando. That's where I live. I live in Sanford, Florida, which is right side of Orlando. They have them in Tampa. Great. If you want to subscribe to my channel, it's Brett Lee Clark. I do movies again. I do cooking. I do lots of cooking. I have review stuff. I have product reviews. I have movie reviews. I like Nev Campbell. If you like Scream, subscribe. I have lots of Scream stuff. I have a movie room that's kind of cool. I have all kinds of stuff. And it's just me. So I just do whatever I want. Is that good enough time? Is that entertaining long enough? Should I keep entertaining?
Yeah. Keep entertaining.
My favorite Big Brother person is Zach. I love Zach. There's my channel again. Thank you. What else? I like to watch Below Deck. I like Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Who's on your Big Brother Mount Rushmore?
Janelle's number 1. I love Janelle. I love Brittany. As in Brittany is Janelle. By the way, Brittany this season. Let me just talk about it. You know that girl in drama class that doesn't know boundaries? She gets too close to you. She talks too loud. She's too happy. And you're like, you're a sweet person, but shut the fuck up. That was Brittany for me this season. I was just like, I'm sure you're a great person, but I fucking want you to go home so bad. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you that you keep. I felt bad for her, but it was just like, oh my god, that type of personality I cannot stand. Just like they're so nice you can't be mean, but then they're so like in your personal bubble that you're just like, you know what I'm saying. I love Below Deck too. Lexi's a sociopath, in my opinion, allegedly. If you watch Below Deck,
I haven't watched it in so long.
Oh my god, there's like 3 different ones. So you have Below Deck Mediterranean, and Below Deck Sailing Yacht. What? You just had me with Scream. See, what's your favorites? List them in order.
I remember when Kate was on it.
Yeah, Kate. So she's like on regular Below Deck, and then there was Hannah on Mediterranean, and then there's Sailing Yacht also. So there's 3 different ones.
Why did Kate leave?
Just because they got too famous. I mean, she claimed that she was too old to be on the be a yachty anymore. But I feel like her and Hannah both, they got too famous, and it's like you want to be, like you're serving people, but you're famous yourself. Do you watch any? Yes, I watch Housewives of Beverly Hills. I kind of watch Atlanta, but like the one I'm like, I can tell you backwards and forward is Beverly Hills. I love Beverly Hills. I like Kyle. I like who else? Oh, I love. Do you watch? Yeah, you watch it. Crystal. I love Crystal. She's a good add-in. I actually do like Sutton. Sutton's from my hometown.
I'm sick of Crystal.
Sutton is from Augusta, Georgia. That's where I'm from, and they say it all the time on the show.
Is Erica Jane from Augusta, Georgia?
No, she's from Atlanta.
From Georgia.
Yeah,
she is from actual Atlanta.
Yeah, she's from Atlanta, but Sutton's from Augusta, which is like
Atlanta so many times, but I've never been to Augusta. Should I be going to Augusta?
Augusta's on. Oh, what was that? Oh, do you watch The Circle?
Of course, I'm covering it for my Patreon, but I'm not giving any spoilers.
So when they did the 2 Michelles.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's from South Carolina. So if I was on the show, because I'm always like, this is what I would do. I would have been like, because she would know this answer. What city is on the border of Georgia and Carolina? Because it's Augusta, Georgia. And there's Augusta, Georgia, and there's North Augusta, South Carolina, and they're on the same. And I-20 goes right through it. So anyone from South Carolina knows that Augusta is right there.
And
on
those
the border.
Other players would have
she
to
would
know.
Yeah, she would have said Augusta. I'd be like, it's Orange Michelle. Get orange. Don't no, watch out. Yeah. So I would have been like, I gotcha. But anyway.
All right, let me play this. It's probably going to go over us, but this is the lottery thing. Watch your earbuds, you guys. It might be loud, but take a look at Brett in 2016, aka Brent. What's his name? Brent. You're Brett. He's Brent.
Yeah.
Brent in 2016 calling the lottery numbers.
It's Rhode Island Lottery Daily Numbers Drawing.
Good evening. I'm Brent Champagne, and now your winning number. 4, 6, 4, 3. Repeating 4, 6, 4, 3. Thank you and have a great night.
What a star. What a star.
Right.
Hello, I'm Brent Champagne. 4, 6, 4, 3, 4. Hello. Have a good night.
It's like Derek trying to evict somebody. I vote to Alyssa.
What is he wearing? Let's look at it again.
It's Rhode Island Lottery Daily Numbers Drawing.
Good evening. I'm Brent Champagne, and now your winning number.
An ill-fitting suit with shoulder pads.
That doesn't look like 2016 suits, but there you go. What do I know?
Suit. Like grandma died. Here, wear your dad's suit to the funeral. Here, put this on.
It does. Your winning numbers. It's your winning numbers. Yes. So tomorrow we have our big double eviction. Go Hannah. Hopefully she wins in the double and then gets rid of Xavier or Kyland. That would be amazing. Sorry, Brett. But are you hoping Kyland wins the game?
No, I keep it realistic. Like I would like to see him win, but if Kyland, X, or Hannah, or Tiffany, if any of them 4 win, I'd be happy, to be honest with you, because I feel like they all played good enough to deserve it, at least. Now, if Ozza or Derek win, then I'm gonna be annoyed. But any of those, I guess Kyland's my first to win, and then Tiffany, but she's gonna be gone. So I guess Kyland, X, Hannah. Sorry, Hannah, but.
Oh, see, and I'm like Hannah.
I mean, yeah, but
Hannah.
I just feel like, yeah, I know,
But that's okay. That's the great thing about Big Brother. Everyone can cheer for different people. You just can't cheer for people like Frenchie or David Derrick. That's it.
Or Paul. You can't cheer for Paul. You can't cheer for Jerkson. You can't cheer for Nicole.
Yeah. You can't cheer for Aquadouche. You can't cheer for, I mean, there's just a couple people that you can't. So there you go. Yeah, that wasn't this Brett. Sorry, that was Brent from this season of Big Brother. So you don't look at all like that 2016.
No, yeah, I've changed a lot. You got a little,
He looked like the kid in the movie Big. Yeah. Do you think you'll audition for Big Brother again in the future?
No, just when I was younger, I wanted to be famous, but now I'm just like, I'm good. I don't want, like, if I become YouTube famous, my goal in life would be like 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. I post a video, I get maybe 5,000 views. That would make me happy. Anything above that, I don't get that. I don't want to be like, I wouldn't mind being approached in like Walmart, but I don't want like to never be able to go out in public. You know what I mean? I just want to be like, once a week, someone goes, "Hey, I've seen your video." I'm like, "Great." That would be like that itself is too famous for me. I would want to be less than that. So I don't want to go on Big Brother anymore.
Well, it looks like you're already living in Jessica Simpson's house from Newlywed. So I don't know why
celebrity. Why would I want to be a celebrity? Just kidding.
Seriously, you're already killing it in life. But get to the 100,000. I want to get to 100,000 subscribers so I get that plaque.
Oh yeah. See that? I mean, it'd be cool, but like, I want to keep my goals realistic. I'm not Christmas being like, I can host Big Brother. Like, I know.
Oh my God.
I know my limits of life.
Not Feliz Felon Navidad. Oh my God. When she was like, I could take over for Julie Chen. I'm like,
no, you can't.
You couldn't. You couldn't. Yes, let's get those 10 more likes, you guys. All right. Just said, episode starting on West Coast. Should I bother watching? You should bother watching just for the fact that you can see how generous the edit is for the Cookout men.
And you can see the opening before the space shuttle takes off.
Yeah.
Something I didn't get to see it.
You didn't get to see it, but I got to see it. Yeah.
I saw my friends going to the space, but it's fine. I'll text them later about going to the space.
Lee Clark saw his bougie ass friends go to space. We were just like, hello. I love it. I love your life. All right. Everyone go subscribe to Brett Lee Clark. Yay. Follow him on the social medias. Show him lots of love. Come back and visit us soon, Brett Lee Clark, and we'll talk more Big Brother. We only have 7 episodes left. This is crazy.
Next time I'll be more prepared. I'll actually watch the episode. I won't see half of the episode. I apologize. And I won't be nervous. And I won't mumble in the beginning. And I won't have like lasting COVID, even though I'm vaccinated. So I apologize for.
You are way too hard on yourself. We're just on YouTube talking about Big Brother. You did fine, and you just cracked your neck. So there you go. You did it, sir. Oh, I heard it. It was cracking. All right, you guys, make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. Also, Joleen Vlogs. Check out Brett Lee Clark. Yay. I'll be back tomorrow night after the double to do a live. And then Friday night, I think I'm going to go live with the Couch Potato Queens. I do have friends coming into town, so I might have to cancel my late night live. But more videos coming your way. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And let's just put some good vibes into the world that something special happens where somehow magically, yes, Tiffany and Hannah can stay because I'm not ready to say bye to either of them. All right. Bye, everybody.
If you like what you see.